Jensen? I almost didn't recognize you. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, what are the chances? Do you remember me? I was a rookie when you still rolled in SWAT.
Nikki. Of course I remember you. How you been? The brass got you on ride control too?
Yeah, I am. Or I was until... Damn it. Look, something big is going down, and I'm kind of freaking out here. You remember that MCBer, Jacob White? You busted him a couple of times.
Yeah, I remember him. Assault and possession. He's still running rackets?
No, I mean, yeah, shit, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter, because he's moved on to bigger things.
Nikki, slow down.
Listen, hear me out. I just got word he has his hands on some real military-grade explosives. The prick's got a fucking bomb, Adam. And you know how much he hates the PD. He's going to hit us while we have our pants down with the riots. You gotta help us out here.
Nikki, I'm kind of busy. If he's got a bomb, just call it in and follow procedure.
What do you think I've been doing? I've been on the horn all night, and my CO already sent a patrol over to Jacob's house. We've got a warrant, so they searched the place, but nothing came up, not even Jacob. Now they're saying my CI is probably full of shit and just fucking with me. Bullshit! Jacob's using the riots as cover, and he's going to hit us, and hit us hard. Adam, I need you to trust me on this. You gotta help me find Jacob.
Fine, I'll help. Let's go over what we know. Just the facts.
What we know? Just the facts? What we know is he's certified batshit crazy, hates cops, quotes Che Guevara, and got his hands on military-grade explosives. What more do you need to know? Oh, Christ, man. I've got nobody to help me, and I can't even breathe. How am I supposed to find this guy? The bomb could be right under us, right now!
Hey, Nikki, you're doing fine. Just ease up. I know you'll get through this. I trust your instincts.
Well, I'm glad you do, because I'm kind of losing my shit over here.
Just focus, okay? We know that White hates cops, so his first target is probably gonna be the precinct or somewhere nearby. Make sense?
Yeah, I hear you. But man, he could still be anywhere. I need to stay here and report any leads to my CO. Can you check the transit station, the sewers, and the alley behind the precinct?
Got it.
I know it's a long shot, but I'm hoping we get backup to expand the search. In the meantime, we can check those areas, and who knows, maybe we'll catch a break. Oh, and Jensen, please don't turn him into a martyr. I'd prefer him breathing. Up.
We're in the clear. I left White unconscious in the sewers under the precinct.
Thank God. The chief finally took me seriously and is sending some men to help out. We'll take it from here.
Great. Anything else?
Oh, and it isn't much, but take this. The cops have a Deadpool going. I don't like it, but you take down a cop killer and you get a bounty, that sort of thing. I usually reserve this to pay off our CIs, but I think you earned it. I threw in a little something extra for bringing him in alive. It's good to know you're still one of the good guys, Jensen.
By the way, Nikki, White's bomb wasn't even explosive. It was a gas bomb. I managed to disable it, but you might want to get a disposal team down there to do a proper sweep and clean.
Ah, shit! I totally forgot about that. I'll get EOD on it right away. Last thing we need are more casualties. Man, I'm sure glad I bumped into you tonight. You're gonna have to let me buy you a pint down at Maggie's sometime. If I hang around you long enough, maybe some of that famous Jensen swagger will rub off on me.
Yeah, we'll do that sometime. Take care of yourself, Nikki.
Nora 92 to Central. Come in, Central. Over.
Nora 92, this is Central.
You sure you closed the door?
Yeah. Of course I did. What do you think I am? An idiot?
You're not gonna make me answer that, are you?
Yeah, so here's one of the examples where one of the things I was psyched about in the story is a lot of times in games you have to cut late, and that kind of ruins your whole story. But we actually did a pretty good job of keeping things intact. However, we did have to cut several locations.
Yep.
This part, going into the Purity First sewers, they were originally supposed to be Utah. There was supposed to be an entire center that you go
Huge
to
compound,
in Utah, and it was quite
That
big.
was a nice one too.
But
It was
we had-
a rehab for
people,
yeah.
for people that got their augmentations removed. Yeah.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I think it ended up being way, way too big, and then we had to decide suddenly to cut it. And I think, Frank, you were the one who came up with the solution. Where could we put the rehabilitation center?
Yeah, I went to my lead level designer and I said, you know, I know that we need to cut some stuff. Humanity First seems to be the best solution. So I have an apartment I'm not really using in the apartment in the Detroit CDO. So maybe you could place all the objective inside. I could tweak it, do some fun with it. And
It's because what we need to say is that the rehab center was hiding a Purity First terrorist training
training
Yeah, in the basement. Or
and
whatever.
we lost the Humanity First rehab center, but what you proposed was to keep the Purity First kind of HQ.
exactly.
And we lost the Humanity Front Center. Remember, we had to rename it.
Exactly.
So we reuse the sewer system, the modules that we use. I reuse one of the apartment, and then we play around with the trap. I always wanted to have some traps in the game, and that's why I ended up with my own ideas of having Zeke before encountering Zeke.
A dead body.
Yeah, a dead body with a mine behind underneath it.
And you know that the first time I played your map, I got cut because I was like, "Oh, that body, I'm going to loot," and pooh! It blew.
I did it just for you, Jeff.
But you had
It
to
was
move
really
it, right?
surprising.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
Or picked up something.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Well, that's one of the really few secret passage, secret hidden places we have in the game.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that on that one. Since the beginning of the game, we focused so much on the main pillars of the game, how to support the ingredients that we have in the game and all that. Eventually, once you're pretty late in the production, you feel very at ease with your mechanics, and you always, and as a level designer, you always try to find twists on
That's
how to
when you start
reuse.
kind of having fun.
Exactly. Every time you
things
see an ingredient, sometimes there's always a twist just to make it more interesting and whatnot. So that's why I wanted to have this big, huge wall. Originally, it was a book, the classic bookcase, but we didn't do that. So we just used the wall. It just opened it up with the lighting effect. It was very, very cool.
But it's something that when we look at the game, we felt that it's not that we should have done tons more, but there should have been more. Yeah,
not tons, but more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, because we're very late in production, we get used to all those things. Then trying to figure out how the other level designers or the level team can actually add those. It's very late in production, so those guys cannot do. Me and my level artist were my level artist Sébastien Pavio was the perfect guy, and he really helped me on that. Yeah.
Pritchard, looks like Sandoval's got a secret bunker. I'm gonna flush him out.
Let's hope he's still there.
Why do we always get assigned to the shittiest spots?
Yeah, why would anyone come down here?
Think they're afraid someone's gonna try to sneak a bomb into the Doc's locker.
I'd be more worried about what's in the Doc's head than what's in his locker. Jeez! What happened to you? I don't like this at all.
Gunshots! You've got to help me! You've got to come!
I'm only gonna ask you this once, Sandoval. Where are the scientists you helped kidnap?
I don't know!
I know all about FEMA and how you removed the GPLs.
I didn't! I didn't remove anything! I swear it! The operation was too dangerous! They would have died if I removed them! All I could do was switch them to a lower frequency!
The GPLs are still broadcasting?
I don't know. Probably.
Well, Sandy, you're gonna help me find out. We're going back to Detroit, where you and I are gonna...
I see you!
Pritchard, get this. The GPLs are still transmitting. Sandoval switched them to a lower frequency.
But they could be broadcasting anywhere in the world. I don't have the type of equipment we'll need to find them.
It's our only lead, Pritchard. You have to do something.
I know. Listen, the riot's still blocking the street entrance. Head back to your apartment and Malik will fly you over. Maybe by the time you get here, I'll have figured out something.
This is Eliza Cassan, reporting to you live from Piken.
Well, depending on how you play now, you add the conversation system with Isis, Sandoval, or he just attacked you. But if you had experienced the one where he commits suicide, I always hated the fact that once it happened, Jensen doesn't recognize the fact, and he just goes with Pritchard. Hey, Pritchard, I found out this and that.
I think,
and like it's totally like no.
Yeah, this is I think
the
when
fact that he just committed suicide.
Exactly. It's.
I think this is one of those examples of you're working on something for a long, long time, and the script itself goes through many iterations. And originally, we had planned that this was all happening inside a completely different location in Utah, the rehabilitation center. And so what had happened script-wise is we had written a first pass of the main dialogues and the main briefings that you get. And so we hadn't known how it was going to play out. And so we had this briefing that we figured triggered as soon as, Jensen left that room and got somewhere else.
Made sense on paper.
And it made sense on paper. It totally made sense on paper. And it was just one of those things that as production keeps going, you don't catch it until it's all put back together.
Yeah, it was implemented so late that once we were able to really play it the way it should be played, we figured out it was missing. And I went to my producer to say, we need to fix that, but we were past beta, and it was like, too late now, we cannot, it's too risky, because we were in debug phase and everything, so we couldn't.
David's always been pretty, David, the producer, has always been
supported
really open-minded with us, like he's let you do some pretty big stuff.
So when he says no,
but that time it was like, no way.
Yeah. When he says no, it's a real no.